Hello, my beautiful, beautiful people. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Inner Universe Healing. I'm your host, Jessica, and it's a bit bittersweet, honestly, because this is the last episode of what I deem to be, season one of Inner Universe Healing. So, it's been quite the journey, for sure. And, I am approaching the end of this pregnancy. I'm at 39 weeks, so it could happen at any moment. So I had to really get this out there for you guys, and allow myself time to really transition into motherhood. It's my first time. Never done it before, so we'll see how it goes. I have a feeling it's gonna go all right. I'm sure it'll be have its moments, but overall it'll be good, right? There's that positivity right there, episode 7. If you have not checked it out, check it out right now. Wait no further. I will wait for you here in episode 8. So yeah, what are we going to be talking about today? We will be talking about being your own cheerleader, and this is what I want to leave you guys with, as our last episode until I see you again, in season 2. The more structure, more details, more juice, more meat potatoes. Sorry, vegans. Um, Essentially, more sustenance, right? Season 1 has been more of a generalized kind of like introduction to, kind of like what the healing journey has, entails. So you kind of have an idea if this is for you. I argue that it's for everybody, but you know what? Everyone's on their own journey. So if you are here and you have made it this far, you're probably in this journey, and you're in it, and you see the value in it, and I really appreciate that about you. I really do. So without further ado, let's get into it. Being your own cheerleader. What does this mean exactly? Well, it means kind of what it sounds like. What's a cheerleader do? A cheerleader, cheers for you. It cheers you on. It's that like, go Rachel, go Jessica, go, Daniel, insert name here. Um, they are the ones that, help keep you going, that, give you the energy and the inspiration as to why you're doing the thing in the first place. Only we're going to switch it up. Instead of them, an outside source, cheerleading you on, you want to embody that for yourself. You want to be your own cheerleader. It's I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can be pretty difficult. Especially, for my people out there that have not had an example of someone cheering you on and being legitimately excited for you. I have a feeling this might speak for a lot of people. I was, one of these people. I didn't really have a cheerleader on my team until I was in my 20s. Yeah, in my 20s. And then, I had to come to terms with the fact that I had to do it for myself. Right? And that's where the real gold is, is being able to have that igniting flame within you. Right? So let's get into some of the realities of things, right? So the reality is, not every one person, or even 10 people will be available to be there for you at any given moment. But when you call, they'll be there. There are some people that will strive to, to play that role for you, but one, it might be taxing for them, to like, you don't know what, everything that they have, juggling in their lives. I'm not necessarily saying that it's a burden for them to be there for you, but, you know, if you're having crises a lot, um, it could be a lot for another person. And I'm sure that they will gladly do it for you because they love you. But, eventually, take note of them, being there for you. Take note of that. And eventually, remove those training wheels. So anybody that is even willing to be there for us, we got to take notes. Mental notes, you know, emotional notes of, what it feels like when they're there for us. Don't take these people for granted. Really, they're gems. They're gems because not everyone wants to be there for you. So if you have a person that does want to be there for you, like soak it all in. If you can learn from them how, the things that they're doing right that make you feel good, take note of that so you can eventually do that for yourself. And, then you'll be able to show up, more whole, and, the interaction and the dynamic between you two would be mature. And will be more of like a co-creation of an experience instead of a codependency. um, It'll be more of a conscious co-creation of an interaction, right? So something that I learned pretty early on, so this is a little different from like, holding your own because nobody's like there for you. This is a little bit different because unlike the whole, I don't trust anybody, no one's here for me kind of mentality, I used to have that like very strong, because that's what my reality was like, in childhood and in adolescence and things. Like I didn't really have, that support system. Maybe I could have had I like seen things differently, but and if I would have expressed myself a little bit differently, then maybe. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and everything unfolds the way it unfolds. I didn't know a lot of things, and quite frankly, if you don't know, you don't know. So, yeah. So what's different about like that kind of energy, that kind of vibe of like, oh, nobody's here for me, I have to do it all myself. That has kind of like a victim mentality kind of vibe to it. I want you to really sit with that. Like really feel into like those thoughts or those feelings of like, no, like I have to do this. I have to do this myself. Nobody's going to be there for me. Nobody can, I can't count on anybody. Do you really, can you feel that? Can you feel into that? Whereas when you are cheerleading yourself on, it comes from a more heart-centered way of, expressing that I got this. I can do this. If I have help from another person, great. But you know what? Like, I can handle this. I got this. Can you kind of like feel or hear how it kind of vibrationally, like it feels a little bit more uplifting? You're not so much of a victim anymore. You're stepping into your power that was always there, within you. That power to really propel yourself forward because you want to, because you know that you can. And then your outside cheerleaders, they become a plus. It's like it's nice to be recognized, but always recognize it within yourself. Always, because truth is like once you graduate high school, and I would even say that especially once you graduate like college or like get into that age range, so let's say like 23, 25, people are busy in their lives. Some people had kids early, so they're really, tied down with that. Some people are barely getting their careers going. Some people are busy like getting, furthering their studies. Some people might even be working two jobs, and can barely manage their own lives, right? We don't want to bother these people. And I'm not saying bother like as if you're a burden, but let's just say that you're one of these people, right? That you just have a lot going on for you and like a lot on your plate, and then you have like somebody coming to you all the time like wanting to take more from you, right? It's depleting. It's depleting. So instead of like having that other person, come into this relationship to help nourish you and you nourish them back, it's co-creation, right? Sometimes it's a give and take, we have those relationships where, sometimes they're there for us when we need them to be, and sometimes we're there for them when, they need us to be, and it's a harmonious relationship, right? It can be like that. It definitely can. But again, it's our lives, our responsibilities, our journey, our healing. It's us individually. So we really have to, own up to that, and if we have others cheering for us, great. But we have to be that for ourselves, first and foremost. And it's not going to be easy at first. Maybe for some of us, it'll be okay. Some of us, it'll be kind of rocky. And for, some of us, it'll be, downright, like near impossible. But it's not impossible. It really isn't. I thought it was, I thought I was a lost cause. And, here I am creating these videos and, with the intention of creating value to your life so that maybe you can, apply certain things and, maybe live your best life of all time. I don't know. Just throw that out there. I want you to live your best life. I really do. I really do. Having come from a background of, pain, misery, suffering, and now being on the other side of genuinely being happy and making the most of my life, given, all of my circumstances, given how the world is and all of those things, and still choosing to be a happy human. I want that for you. I really do. However it looks, right? That's the wonderful thing about life, is that we're all our own individual expressions, and they're all sacred. They're all sacred. It's very important, for you to really start believing in yourself. It's very important for you to be on your own team, depending on the goals that you have. And I would even argue all of your goals, like you want to have the best person on your team, and the best person on your team is you. Because you're the one that shows up every single day, or every other day, wherever you're at in your journey, honestly. But hopefully, eventually, you're showing up every day with your best foot forward. You're your best cheerleader. Everyone else is a plus. Your family is a plus if they're supportive. Your friends, they're a plus if they're supportive. If you got that support, it's a plus. But you gotta take off those training wheels eventually and hold your own. You gotta hold your own. All right, my lovely people. So with that being said, if you have not checked out all of the episodes of season 1, I highly encourage that you do. As we approach season 2, we'll get into some more of the nitty-gritty things. Maybe invite some people in. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, without further ado, please enjoy your life. Enjoy every moment of it. If it's challenging, if it's easy, if it's mundane, whatever it is, enjoy it. Make the most of it. And if it's not that enjoyable, this too shall pass. It shall pass. Just, keep your mind, well balanced. Eat right. And you know what I mean when I say eat right. If you don't know what I mean when I say I eat right, someone needs to go back to an episode. I'm not telling you which one. You gotta go explore that because we talked about that. We talked about that. So yeah, anyway, eat right, feel right, think right. More along the lines of balance. And take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves, okay? Laugh often. And I will check you out at the next one in season 2. Till next time. Bye.